Let's see what happens.
We're all here. I got a note from our foreperson. Judge Jones, we cannot come to a unanimous decision as to a verdict. Thank you, foreperson. So that's pretty much it.
Hung jury, mistrial.
We gave them the Allen charge. They went back and presumably abided by it. They've been out, and so.
The only thing I would proffer, perhaps if we sent them home and told them we'd bring them back tomorrow.
Nope.
Give them one last try. I mean,
nope.
But 3 weeks into this trial.
Nope.
We've only been deliberating for less than a full day.
He told them if you can't get
Often spent days deliberating.
an agreement,
It's almost
it's a mistrial.
I mean, if Your Honor's inclined to think that way, or
Objection.
Your Honor, if I might.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would assume discharge the jury at this point. Let them go home.
Okay.
It has been a long trial already. We asked, Your Honor was worried about the time, and they've been here almost a month.
Just say the judge said mistrial if they couldn't get to agreement.
I'm looking for the right way to express this.
Mass,
To me,
it's
it's
a hung jury.
disappointing that we go through this lengthy process and don't get a result, one way or the other. And there's been a lot of time, money, effort, stress, you name it. Everybody's worked very hard, and it's been almost 3 weeks. And you would hope at the end of that process you would get a result. We haven't. I understand the state's suggestion, but I'm disinclined to do it. I'll just
Yep, Judge.
fall back on a couple rationale. First of all, when I've been faced with these situations, and they do come up now and again, I give them the Allen charge. They
Hung jury.
are unable to.
State wants them to try again tomorrow. He says no.
That's pretty much it. And plus, even the charge itself, and I'll go back and read it, says if, I'll declare a mistrial if you can't reach a unanimous verdict. I think it would be disingenuous and counterproductive and not fair to
do you
tell.
want to even inquire of them if they feel that maybe a night?
Nope,
that everybody can
nope,
sleep on it,
nope.
come
They
back
were
tomorrow,
instructed before they went back.
be beneficial?
No, no. Don't do this, Judge.
Again, Your Honor, I disagree at this point. I mean, like, again,
It's
even looking
all
at.
right, I'm not going to do it. I believe me, though. Last thing I want is a mistrial, but we're there. I told them, the Allen charge says, after you have done that, if you
Direct a
simply
verdictment.
cannot reach a verdict, then return to the courtroom, and I will declare this case mistried and will discharge you with my sincere appreciation. So I understand the suggestion, but I'm not going to do that, to say, okay, sleep on it, come on back tomorrow, or how about that? And then, sorry, certainly understand and pretty well express my sentiments, but I just have not seen that procedure over the length of time I've been a judge and a trial lawyer, and it seems contrary to what the rule says and doesn't say. So, no,
You don't,
thank you.
you can't get that knowledge.
Let me find the discharge instruction.
Rachel, I totally agree with you. You could hear him when he argued for
I've got to
direct
remember
verdictment
what
after
that
his
number
closing. The judge was so
instruction
close to give it to him.
So is it really hung
There it
jury?
is.
Hung.
Uh-huh.
State
Okay.
have said they won't retry this case.
Well, good.
You beautiful
Well-
bastard. I thought
You
you
know
would talk
what?
yourself into a life imprisonment.
Well,
You,
think about it. A hung jury. That's
I'm-
close.
I'm gonna turn you down.
Sorry, I'm
No,
fired
it's
up.
I don't know why you go to 100 every time because mine is low. It's just you blow my ear holes. Jamie's back again. I, I was sure that they would vote him guilty, even though I thought he was not guilty. This beautiful bastard did it, but the case was absolutely dog doo-doo. Absolutely dog doo-doo. They should both be fired for trying this case. Hey, Texas Jen, how are
Please
you?
be
Hi,
seated,
Texas
everyone.
Jen.
Welcome back, members of the jury.
He has all the suasion.
I've received the
Danny
latest
T.
communication, shared it with the defendant and prosecutors. I'll recite it now. Judge Jones, we cannot come to a unanimous decision as to a verdict. Thank you, foreperson. So, you remember the Allen charge I read you?
Yeah, he's married to a lady in
First were
Oregon.
notified of this deadlock, and I told you that if you simply cannot.
Yeah, and he should have been
then
peeing in
return
the
to
cup this morning.
courtroom, and I will declare this case mistried. So that's at this point what I'm going to do. If you all can't reach a unanimous verdict, then
How cool, Flash fan.
I accept that.
I have to
fact.
pay $1 a minute if I want to call him,
Declare
so
this case a
I
mistrial.
don't have that kind of money.
So with that, I'm going to give you.
Yeah, she got 20
the
millions
final
for her part
instruction
in
here, ladies and
CrossFit.
gentlemen. I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors.
Please don't
No
follow
juror
this
can ever be required
link.
to talk about
The expert is a
discussions that
cheese head.
occurred in the jury room
One of the
except by
worst
court order.
cheesehead I've ever met.
For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration.
Now
of
we just need the
difficult
treehouse
cases.
back.
We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and
Oh, that could be
votes
cool if I
should
can find an
remain their
interview to
private
play
affairs
tomorrow.
long
That
as
means
they
I have the
wish.
day off tomorrow.
Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work.
I'm just going to turn him
Although
down
you
because
are at liberty
he's given the standard.
about
Yes.
your deliberations,
What had happened was about an hour ago, they sent a note in saying, we can't agree on anything. We are hung. He read the Allen charts. The Allen charts is just go back, try it again. If you can't do it, I'll declare a mistrial. And now, 5 minutes to 5, they came back, said, we can't do it. We can't agree. The state said, well, send them home. They can try again tomorrow. And he said, no, because I said it would be a mistrial if you couldn't align. So I like this judge. But again, I felt like had he had a proper lawyer arguing for direct verdictment, he had gotten it.
Yeah.
We are going to hang out with Dave tomorrow. James
Yeah.
will be with new dad.
Insulate yourself from that, as I've asked.
Yeah,
Well, he didn't
that's
win.
our-
Technically, he didn't win. It's a mistrial. So they could try him again.
Meanwhile,
He got
there's
lucky.
been certainly a
He got
lot
so
of
lucky.
coverage. You see the TV
Yeah.
cameras have covered this.
He's lucky that
In Court TV, I believe there's a YouTube channel that's covered
He's
it
lucky
as
there's
well,
people
as
in
well
that
as
are
the
like,
print
nah,
media. So,
I'm not, no.
he said a
as I said
YouTube
in this
channel has covered it.
particular
That's me,
instruction,
and recovery addict.
Now, it's up to you to decide whether to protect
If any
your
of you want to
privacy,
talk, call
as a
Broken
juror.
Baker. You could reach me on X
What?
or
Did he really say that? I
Requests
missed it.
from Many different
he said a
sources,
YouTube
and
channel has
you
been covering it.
will
He
make
didn't
that
say my
decision
name, but
as
I know
to,
he thought about me.
Wow.
how you want to handle that.
I
You're no
guarantee.
longer under that order that I gave you about not talking to anybody.
I'll do that on
It'll be up
Sunday,
to you.
Sunday evening, if Mo
So
isn't
with that,
screaming.
thank you so much, folks. You're now discharged as the jury in this case. You can go.
No, there won't be a retrial. The state has already
It's your
said that
stuff, and,
before the trial. They won't
care.
try it if they lose or if they don't win. It seems like he's been clean because he had to. He had an appointment to pee in a cup today, which the judge said, "I'll fix that." Not pee in the cup for him, but make sure he didn't have to go. No, because they know they have a weak case.
Yeah, we're gonna make this
No, I'm old dad because I'm older than
Okay,
Dave.
the jurors are going, be at ease.
He's 26.
So, here we are. Almost back to square one. But in any event, what we need to do is put this case back on a docket. So the question is when? I don't think February.
Oh, so it's going back on the docket. I thought the state will have to rule on it.
So we've got March
What?
7th pretrial.
Do they have so much time? They have to like go
We would just
officially.
ask for the court to reinstate the gag order. There's been so much out there that.
Oh, so they're gonna retry it now.
In this community, to the event, to the extent that we can limit now the information that's getting out there. I know that
They said before the trial they didn't want to retry him.
it's absurd how much attention this case has gotten, but we are going to have to pick a jury again from this community. So I'd ask this court to reinstate the gag order in order to.
Are they really? Come on. Just,
Well, the state had Sue says the state had 90 days to
One step at
decide.
a time.
Yeah.
So I will certainly consider that request. So March 7th for the defense.
March 7th, yes.
Okay.
Well, what time did we want it to be? Still 1:30, 9? We've been calling it at 9, even though it's per se.
yeah, Sue's right.
Well,
They have to
9
actually
o'clock is-
give them time to decide if they want
Usually
to
the
retry
9
it.
o'clock call for cases with private attorneys, PD and pro se is usually at 1:30. So I don't know why we should necessarily break from what we've been doing, but if,
9 a.m.
unless there's any.
Yeah,
all
he
right.
said it's
So-
absurd how much attention it has gotten.
9 a.m.?
I am March 7th, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll give them this notice.
okay. That's one thing.
Well, the state said before the trial they wouldn't retry it, and let's they go home
So the
now.
Conditions of your release remain the same, and we're going to go back to the random, whatever the testing regimen was.
Oh, so he has to pee in a
Whatever
cup.
substance or alcohol, that's, I basically during the trial had slacked off on that feeling.
Yeah,
that,
because now
again,
we have seen the cards
fear,
the state has to play.
constantly you were
A
busy
confident
with
lawyer could get him off.
defense, and so, but now all the conditions of the release remain in effect. So as far as the protective order or the so-called gag order.
No, he's on probation.
Does the defense have any position as to that?
Your Honor, I would be of the opinion that it's, look, we vacated the gag order because it became pointless, and I still think it's pointless at this point. Like, again, yes, there has been plenty of media coverage, and I don't see how we're going to roll back and unring the bell at this point. You know, so I don't see the point at this point. I just don't see the point.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
got to tell you.
Dave is
that
not allowed to
seems
practice in
to
Florida.
me to be something that's going to take some thought. So got to refresh my recollection as to the extent of that and what that would mean. So that means that
Hung jury, mistrial, they're going again in March 7th, but I'll bet you the state will drop it.
The defendant was posting on Facebook all day today, even during closing arguments. So I mean, how are we ever going to get a jury here in 2 months that hasn't heard something about this case and is taking this jury pool?
Your Honor, if I might, I somehow doubt the world.
let's relax. Not everybody just relax, okay?
Yeah, lunchbox, cool it.
I know, it's been a long 3 weeks, but now's not. the
Why
time
would
to
you
get
even bother? Your
too,
case sucks.
Yeah.
Argumentative. I got to think about this. I understand the impetus, but, and the rationale, I'm just asking myself the practicality of it and the enforcement of it. And, you know, I need a little time to think about
I
it.
understand, Judge. Let me just put on the record. Last night I received about 11 threats on my phone, on my personal cell phone. They started yesterday afternoon. They continued.
Call the police. It's the police's job to take care of the threats.
That's how it got out there. But now I'm receiving death threats to the point where I'm going to have to change my phone number. this kind of media blitz is affecting me personally, and I don't think it's right. So I'll be changing my phone number because somehow my phone number has been compromised, and I got threats against myself and my family. So,
Well, that's not right at all.
Please,
But
Hold on, not Mr. Tucker.
let
you
me
don't know if it's his
just-
fault.
Mr. Mansfield has just raised a legitimate concern. I'll give you the chance to respond. So that's very
Yeah.
troubling. I certainly disturbed by that fact. I've received in my office, which I've endeavored not to read the emails or ask my assistant not to, tell me what these phone calls are about. I'm not aware
This-
of
this,
any threats,
state
but I'm certainly
guy
aware
has
of people's
2 or 3
criticisms
times
and
complained that
comments
the
and,
the
opinions,
defendant looked
that-
at him
so,
in a bad way.
That's a natural product of the coverage this case has received.
He wants a gag
so-
order enforced.
Um,
Mhm.
Yeah, he'll be
all I'm
running to the
asking
nearest
myself,
camera
and
talking how strong his
I'll
case was,
confess, I
and
don't know that I have my head wrapped
get him
around
the next
issue
time.
Right now, I remember the order that I issued. I reviewed it at the beginning of the case when I suspended it, and it was pretty involved.
Yeah.
And I would think I'm almost inviting problems if all of a sudden I say, oh, it's in effect, and all these people are curious and the like, start talking and asking questions, and I don't want to have anybody in a gotcha situation. So
No, because
certainly,
everything is
I
out
think
there now.
rules and ethics.
The only
and
thing
laws
is,
would-
if
would-
they-
would certainly,
If they persist and want to do it again
say
in
that there should be no.
there's going to be a lot more
communicating
eyes on it.
threats, no intentional rabble rousing, so to speak.
I don't think
don't
someone
know
is
what-
afraid.
or
I just
directing
think it
animosity
was a
or
very bad
hostilities
case.
or anything toward anybody in this case. And I'm certainly not going to be pinpointing or blaming anybody.
They
So I
could
don't know
drop
what
it.
more I can say than that. I don't know, Mr. Tucker, now you want to say something?
Oh, actually, I didn't say anything earlier, Your Honor, but I would like to say this. Look, I receive, I don't know how much hate mail myself, right? And
Oh my
I do, don't get me wrong, I do take offense at the, was it the innuendo that somehow, I had something to do with
never
Mr.
said
Mansfield.
that.
First
No,
of
I
all,
don't-
they
I don't-
never
You
said you
implied
had
it,
anything
you
to do with
fat-
it.
Well, I didn't construe it as such, but there's
But
no,
anyway, I have no control over those people, what they do, and I somehow doubt the whole world looks at my Facebook. So anyway, thing is, Your Honor, like I said, I think I'm still of the opinion that, we vacated it for a reason. Same reason I would say that it's probably not a
No,
good idea.
because it's a hung
But
jury,
also,
so they don't pull the jury.
well, I'm deferring to the court at this point because you say you need time. I'm more than willing to let you have time. Decide as you may.
well, in any event.
Judge, may I add one final point with your permission?
Okay, go ahead.
Just very briefly, Judge, whether you lift or vacate the order or reinstate it, you did ask us, once you vacated it, to act professionally amongst each other. And I can tell the court that, the state has been called dirty bastards, you've been berated, and we have not once made a comment about the defendant in this case. So we should at least have that level of ethics amongst us.
Yes, it was a hung jury. They tried 2 times and came back hung both times. So the state has the opportunity to try him again on March 7. But they said before the trial, if they didn't win, they wouldn't try to get him again. But
Indicated, I certainly.
it seems like
construe it
these
as somehow or
a-holes
other
are really
you
hurt.
encouraging or being the source of these threats. But there's no doubt, Mr. Tucker, that you
A hung
have
jury is a hung jury. You
endeavored
don't get
over
to
the
say,
course
oh,
of this to make this
Johnny,
a public
Eric,
affair
and
with all
Jimmy
your
was the
social
ones who
medias
didn't
and
want
all
to
your
convict him.
other efforts to publicize it. That's coming from your side of things. That's just a fact.
No, that is a fact. I'm not going to deny.
So to the extent that unfortunately there's folk in this world, this country, that they get riled up about certain things and act inappropriately. I know that's a very general statement, but it's an offshoot. So I do agree with Mr. Alvarez. I did say that, and I think mutual respect is what I would expect. And if I need to have some. or if there
He
needs
wants
be
them
some
to have
evidence
professional
here or
courtesy.
some showing when
That's
there's
why
a
the gag
new
order was
motion
relieved,
to
but
reinstate the protective
they
order,
have been called
we
all
have to
names
do
in
it.
the book.
I'm just saying, right now, at this point in time, for me to just put my foot down and say, oh, it's back again. I understand the request, but please understand my belief.
I agree with
Need
half
to look
Irish.
at it with a clear head.
I think they're butthurt right now, and they want to act like they're going to retry him. But I
Yes,
don't think
can
they
go
will.
ahead and tone my language down. I can definitely do that. Again, if mutual respect is what you're looking for, I have, as you said
No,
this morning,
haven't heard anything from Gosney.
myself, but at the same
Love to
time,
hear
I
his
do
take
at
on
least
it.
Keep my public persona as far as what I say respect.
Thank you.
No, Tiny will not be called names
I think that's
again.
pretty much
I
it
think
for
it's
now.
amazing King Kong Bundy went on to be a DA.
Appreciate hard
His
work. I'm just
wrestling
going to
career
sign
ended.
this order here as to the.
Oh, look at the face of that DA.
Mhm.
They just lost. This would be like, you can't say the Dallas Cowboys, they lose every time. This would be like, the Patriots are bad now too. This would be like Kansas City Chief going up against Megan Rapinoe and her football ladies and losing in a game of hand-egg. You had 7 years to prepare this trial, and you lost to a guy who I thought would talk his way into prison. I never thought he was guilty, but I thought, thank you so much, Delarian, over on Rumble. Thank you so much.
Oh,
And thank you for watching over there. And no, this isn't a decent result. This is an amazing result because I actually thought he would talk himself into a prison cell. And a hung jury is better than him losing. When they included all the lesser included, I thought he would go away. So, yeah. Next step is a new trial on the 7th of March if the state doesn't drop the charges. 2 lawyers with 1 dodgy pro se. They ain't gonna be able to show their faces in the club. No.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, they better be in their boss's office and get told, no, next time this guy will have a lawyer, you guys better drop this.
Mhm. Uh, we know. Oh,
I,
okay.
we
I adore you, but the Lions are gonna take it all. That's what I'm hoping for.
But no, I don't know what to say because they seem butthurt, these two guys. But it's a waste of time and money. We just spent 3 weeks on a trial they couldn't win against a pro se litigant who stepped in his own path, whatever. So many times. I've been screaming at him multiple times because I thought, you are going too far, shut up, don't do this. And still, they got a hung jury. I know he's not free to go, but still, he goes home tonight instead of going away for life. It's amazing that he got this result. Imagine if he had, because now the lawyers who said we won't do it if you don't take the plea deal.
Mhm.
If they can see him getting a hung jury with his skills, I would be back on this case Monday. That's easy money. Thank you so much, Haley Wolf. Great trial, Baker. Thanks for all the swayshare. No, thank all of you for stopping by and helping me fill out the swayshare. I was getting a bit annoyed the last 2 days because there was so much delay and he was so unprepared. But again, imagine if this guy who got a hung jury against the state after 7 years have an attorney who can actually fight for him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Haley.
I agree.
This it's so stupid. Yeah, he might be out in the Evergreens counting snakes or something. Exactly, Scott McGinnis. Or is it Tucker Swacia? Did you see the redoing Roadhouse?
What?
The best Swacia movie.
Stop redoing things. Leave
Yeah.
it alone.
No, and especially if well, he can't because there have been pre-trial motions that made sure he couldn't bring all of the stuff in. But again, with what the state have to provide, imagine having a lawyer who says, "Okay, we get a counter DNA expert in to tell you that absence of evidence isn't evidence, and tell you what it means that they can't determine anything." I wouldn't retry this trial. Thank you so much, Angela. I love all of you. Overall interesting trial. Thanks for covering. It's. We started out thinking this is going to be a weird case, and it turns. I find that most cases when we get into it, they get interesting. Well, the Vicene case turned into a hellish nightmare, so we stopped covering
It had
that.
interesting parts, but overall it was. I think it was more the judge for us. I know a lot of people like Judge Mommy, but no.
No, she was horrible. Laurie
not
Jean,
good.
I found you at the end of the trial. I'm so grateful you covered it. Anytime you want to visit the Keys, I'll take you sailing. Jamie, you too. Well, Laurie, I'm not sure, even though I've been in the Navy, that I want to go sailing in the Keys, but I'll go to the party bench.
Why?
Well, because Roger had a boat. It sank. Not Roger, Tucker. But I'll go to the party bench.
I was on a cruise once and I went to the Keys. That was fun.
Yeah, kind of different, but yeah. With attorney, he would
No.
definitely not be guilty if there was a retrial. I think the way the judge, if he could have argued instead of going on a 10-minute rant about everything else but the case, he could have gotten a direct verdict. That's my 100% belief. Especially the second time he argued for it, the judge, he seems so inclined to do it. So yeah. Yeah, now they're going to put in some, I don't know who, what's his name? The guy who has a sister who's also a lawyer. Not Bradley. I can't remember. I saw him slapping someone around. It didn't look good.
What? Who?
Sam Elliott brings a ton of Swacia to any movie. His sister is also an actor. I can't remember. Yeah, Laurie Jean, if you like crime watching, Jamie and I don't. Jamie calls me up and forces me to cover trials. So
Look at how far I've gotten him.
yeah, hit 2,000 doing this trial. Yeah, no lawyer, he made out good. Yeah. If he didn't have to pee in a cup sometime soon, he should go on party bench. No, hopefully he'll have a lawyer next time and his mic will be cut off so he doesn't interrupt all the time. Full moon, strange. Is it full moon today? That's probably why my back hurts.
Is there?
See you, Flash fan. Thank you so much for coming over here, and you're always welcome back.
Yeah, come check us out every time. That's what we do. We love trials.
And we try to keep it a little light and a little funny, even though I got told I'm annoying. I got all the best comments, so I told the guy who said it, I know, my ex-wife told me all the time. Yeah, party bench is going to be lit. And I want to go to pee at the CVS because that's where all the cool people pee. They went to the CVS to pee because there was no running water.
Well, and also they're charging rent for the treehouse. I'm still so blown away. I'm gonna
It's
set
yeah,
up some slabs of wood in my driveway, put some tarps on them, and who wants to come hang out for $500 a month? Ooh,
Yeah,
that'll be like my mortgage. That'll be nice.
let's do a little greatest hits.
Okay. Do you remember any description as far as the size of these men?
Yeah, I remember the size of them. I know, I could tell by their swagger who that one was, by meeting him different times up there at Paula's. I knew swagger is, get that word right, swagger?
Okay. I don't know what that word means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, his style, his
Oh,
walk, his talk.
okay.
If he just had known what suasion meant, he had won this case.
Roger is so adorable.
Yeah, he was so done with it. Prosecution was disappointed. Yeah, they started whining. We get threats. So what? We all do. Arquette? No,
I'm
not
sure
Arquette.
Many lawyers do.
What's his name? I think he was on one of those medicine shows. He was in Brokeback Mountain. Not the guy who died, the other one.
The Jake Gyllenhaal?
Exactly.
Yeah. What about him though? I lost track what we were talking about.
He's going to play Roadhouse.
What? No, stop it. No.
All the crazies are calling me today. Well, that's always nice. Well, Pernilla, we are happy you are here. I have a lot of hate for the Swedish in this channel, but you are half Danish, so you're okay. The devil was in the detail. Yes, not the details.
Oh
It
my
was a
God,
bit
that
X-shaped, so
phrase is
close
so
at least.
stupid. So stupid.
The internet has a Nelson meme generator. Oh, I am. Well, thank you so much. Welcome all of Dave's people. Can you argue for a direct verdict after hung jury? Delirium? No, it's a mistrial. So the trial goes back to nothing. And then you have to start the trial again and go through the motions. But the state has the option to say, well, we won't try it a second time. I think that's why they do it. Thank you so much, Rolling Stone. Do you know wherever he lays his hat is home?
Because he's a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, every time I start a stream with 2 seconds to go, you're doing. Yeah, that's some Swasia coming in. Hey, Josie. Where are we going? I'm so confused. I have 3 wins on own. Becca, just don't walk into the light. Stay away from the light, Becca. Don't go there. Hey, Wendy H. Thank you, Wendy. I got my figure.
Oh, look at him.
Wendy H bought me this one. Thank you so much, Wendy. It wasn't the one I had put on my wish list, but that was out of stock, so I got a little seaman instead. His name is Shipwreck. Oh, well, Paula won't be alive. Well, I bet Paula is kind of like Keith Richards. She'll be alive when all of us are dead.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend is testifying. Oh, I'm so far behind.
Oh my God. Paula will live on forever.
Yeah, Paula will live. Becca, just go where the rabbit hole takes you. That's what I do. Yeah, always jump down the rabbit holes. There's a Christiania in Sweden. No, there's one in Norway, I believe. There's a Christiania in Denmark. That's where.
Where you what? What was that? You do that?
No. But it's illegal to do in Denmark. But we have Pusher Street on Christiania. That's where you can. And it's not legal. And they might sometimes raid it, and they might sometimes stop you out on the street and give you a fine. But most of the time, I don't know that because I never partake into devil's letters because that's against the law, and I don't break the law. But I know I've been there by accident. I walked in to check out the ambience, and they have a street lined with stalls where you can a little bit. My next trial, well,
It'll be Adam
right now,
Montgomery.
my next trial is the 6th of February. That would be the Harmony Montgomery disappearance, where her dad, Adam Montgomery, is on trial for. It's a very bad case. He just got the custody over his just turned 5-year-old daughter, crack addict. They lived in his car, and according to her stepmom, she kept having accidents in her pants. So he to the face and unalived her, put her in a duffel bag, carried her around to different places, and the body haven't been found. So that's a very bad case, but I will cover that. I covered his gun trial last year. He seems like a bad fella. Yeah, that's going to be. I'm not a big fan of kids cases. I luckily only in my 12 years had one kid case. So sadly, she had the same name as my daughter. That was a tough one. Yeah, it's a really bad, really bad case. There's the Las Vegas Pro Se. I haven't heard about that one. If you have any good trial ideas, please DM me on X.
Yeah. I mean, if there's short ones that come up in between, but I know for sure Baker and I want to do Adam Montgomery and Karen Reed. So those are like non-negotiables.
Yeah, those will be on the docket. Oh, that's not legal in Denmark either. We can get CBD, but that just tastes like grass and doesn't do anything. Christiania is the old name of Oslo. Yeah. Yeah, Christian IV, the guy who built the round tower. He was the warrior king. He lost his eye fighting the Swedes, as people should. Hey, Selbert, how's you doing? Yeah, go over to Selbert and subscribe to him. Who the heck gave her to him? This should be liable. Oh, well, the mother was even worse. She lost custody. How the F do you lose custody? Well, you're probably a bigger crack addict. But the problem with there was 2 brothers in the car at the same time. So think how horrible that was.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, and how
Oh,
long
and
was it before anybody even knew she was missing?
apparently she went missing in 19, and no one reported her missing till 21, I believe, when the mom tried to get her back. So that's a case I'm going to cover because that's going to make me so angry. I'm going to pop a vein like the guy over at Dave's channel. Yeah, don't negotiate with Jamie. She hits so hard. Can't DM you unless you follow back or are verified. I tried. I have followed you back, haven't I? I try to follow everyone back who follows me so people can DM me. I don't know why Twitter is that stupid.
I know, because I was gonna send Tom a message one day, and he's the same way. So
Yeah. I don't know
So,
why,
yeah.
how to change that. If anyone know, please tell me. DM me. Oh, no, you can't. Tell me. Or you can go to brokenbaker22@gmail.com. Yes, Karen got her phone taken yesterday. That's the Karen Reed case where the feds raided her house yesterday, took 2 phones, I believe. According to Grant, they were wiped, whatever that means. So,
They were
well,
wiped. Is that what you said?
yeah, she had wiped. She wouldn't allow them in, and then she wiped her phone or something. You know, it's Grant. He
First of all, it doesn't. It's not like you just hit a button and it just wipes your phone. Like it's a whole thing. Because if you
yeah.
ever had to switch a phone over, people know. I know.
CBD isn't worth it. No, I was told it would help because I have a couple of herniated discs and I'm in pain sometimes. That it would relieve it and it would help me sleep better. It just tastes like grass and isn't worth it. They stopped selling on the streets a few years ago. Let's go to Nørrebro. You can still get something out there. Probably you can catch a bullet too, but you can still buy something out there. And I do a lot of drug cases normally here in my little town, so it's out there.
We have an RA raid. Where?
Are we having an R
Welcome,
raid as
everybody.
well? Hello, everyone.
Hey guys.
So he ended early today. Thank you all. How do you over at RA? How do you think it goes? Do you think the case will be dropped by the state? They seemed really angry at the end, but if they can get a hung jury with a pro se litigant who I clearly believe talked himself closer to a prison sentence, even though I didn't see the evidence of his guilt anywhere proven by the state, but I thought he would annoy the jury enough that they would send him to prison. How will they do? Because now his lawyers have seen he can almost beat the state. I would be back on the case on Monday and earn a little money. Wills Lady. That's a cool name. Did you guys watch any of the Tom CPU coverage today? I only watched him driving in the car and being angry before I had to stream.
Yeah.
But
Same
so
here.
I couldn't watch while I was streaming when it was there. Hey, Cachette. Yeah, please like and subscribe and all the stuff. Blazy. Yeah, I saw you over in chat on recovery. I love his call. I want to find out how to do a call-in show. I love that people call in and chime in. I love the chat is chiming in. Well, Dave, they came back an hour after they said they were hung, and then the state wanted to send them home and try again tomorrow, but the judge said nope. I said it when I read the Allen charge that if you can't be here, it's a mistrial. So he declared a mistrial. They will have a pretrial hearing on March 7th, but there's probably a high likelihood I think there's a high likelihood the state will drop it. Hey, Adam Nuska. That's a cool last name. I think they should drop the case. Yeah, it was such a weak case. Your phone automatically. I like your phone. Thank your phone for me. They need to let it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do anyone know the name of the Las Vegas pro se?
Isn't it Robert Telly or something like that?
I don't know.
Robert something.
And Brian, again, congratulations. I hope it's these days, male, female child, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's a healthy child. But thank you for coming late. Jamie, it was a joke. He's pregnant because he's late.
Aw, congratulations.
But we ended up with a hung jury. So the judge declared a mistrial, and they'll be going at it again the 7th of March 7th. But I'm betting there's probably a boss somewhere in the DA's office saying, no, you don't. So, yeah. FD, thank you so much for being here. It's only a great time because we have great people here.
Hmm.
I think they will only continue this for their own ego's reason. Yeah, I think that King Kong Bundy want to do it because he was really angry. That's the lead prosecutor because he looks like the rest of King Kong Bundy. Look him up. He will probably do it because he got his feelings hurt. But in reality, if you go toe to toe with a pro se litigant with a big mouth and you get a tie, it's not a good case.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was just a little butthurt that they lost, and he's trying to like puff out his chest right now and be big and bad, but I think they'll drop it.
Yeah. And Welshie, yeah, I thought it should have been. I actually thought a decent lawyer would have gotten him a direct verdict after the state rested because there are no evidence. You have the only evidence putting him on the crime scene is a guy who directly admitted on the stand, I would do anything to stay out of prison. I was looking at a life sentence. I do anything to stay out of prison. And he went from a 15-year to a 5-year deal. And he said, I would have ended. My biggest problem with Tucker was he didn't know when to stop when he questioned people. When he got him to say, I took a deal. I would do anything to stay out of prison. I would just have said, so when they asked you to point the finger at me, you said that. And they would have said, objection. And he said, well, I retract that, Judge, because you can't unring the bell in the jury's head. And then it sat down. Sadly, he went on for 4 hours asking him about stupid stuff. But imagine what a real lawyer could do. Howdy, Ricky. How you doing? And Miss Violet. Yeah, the recovery addict is such a great guy. I really want to have a call-in show. But living on across the pond, it's a bit hard, but I want to do something with the recovery addict. I like his voice too. We don't, yeah. Hey, Stephanie Barnes, welcome. I'm so far behind. Louis Cox. Welcome, Vero. Great people here, yeah. Kitty, I think he needs to get a really good lawyer and go after the state hard. He has a civil suit against the state already pending. That's probably why he didn't take the plea deal, because then he would admit his guilt and couldn't sue them. I believe was the theory before the case. I didn't see the interview with Court TV. No. I've been going since since the verdict. But some that called into RA let you know their gut feeling says he was involved. So clearly someone that had that feels was on that jury. Yeah, and it's a hung jury, so some people wanted to convict him. But again, get a real lawyer.
It only takes one.
Yeah.
To hold him out. So it could have been one person. The rest could have. See, that's the thing is, like I said before, he is lucky. He is so lucky now. A hung jury. All it took was one person to hold out on him. And he could have had, I mean, that person could have turned instantly. So if you're going to go on, if he's going to get retried, he better get a lawyer. He better get a lawyer and he better get his ducks in a row. Because this isn't no joke. This should have been a wake-up call to him. This is not a win. This is a you skirted by the seat of your pants, dude.
Yeah, but it's still, well, I would call it a win because it proves that if you had a good lawyer and a good strategy, you had one.
But I wouldn't go home celebrating like you got off scot. You know what I mean? Like you're
no.
Like
He's back in court on the 7th of March. Yeah, sure. But still,
that's what I mean.
How many? The state wins 95% of their cases. He beat them to a tie. One man who was too arrogant for his own britches. He held them to a tie. That's a win in my book. Hello, before I go. King Hippo.
Because I mean, look at how many times. This is why I say this is because look at how many times Kara Rentella hung jury, then convicted. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why I look at it that way. Because she got convicted the third time they dragged her to court. And
Yeah.
then it got overturned. Then she went back again, and then she got a lesser charge, which is ridiculous. But we've seen it happen how many times? I mean, was it the ice cream guy that got a hung jury the first time, and then the second time he got convicted? So it's
Yeah,
just,
but Carol and Tyler, you can say there was something there. They just had to put the red strings all over the different places to connect the dots. In this case, the only evidence is a guy who took a 5-year plea deal.
mm-hmm.
If you are a halfway decent lawyer, you would know how to bring that out.
Yeah.
And then you would be a halfway decent lawyer when Tucker was on the stand, and you would rein him in, not talking about everything out here. His problem was he wanted all of this to come in, all the stuff he couldn't put in there. If you can keep the spotlight focused, I don't think the state want to retry this. Hey, Janice, thanks for subscribing. You need a juror to talk. Yeah, some will probably do. My kid's personal Uber driver, that's a cool name. I was so happy when my kids turned 17 and they could drive me around. Elizabeth Marie, hello. Robert Tellers, Las Vegas, March 2024. Pro se, former Clark County official accused of unaliving a Las Vegas journalist. I saw something about that.
I did
Well,
too.
March right now is this guy and Karen Reed. And Karen Reed, I won't. I will cover Karen Reed because I've been following that for a year. But I'll look into it. His voice is ASMR. It's I wish I had a good voice. Louis Cox, Louis. I don't know. Well, I don't have an accent. Don't make fun of her. Civil suit, probably why prosecution fighting so hard. Nil guilty would help. Yeah, and it's all of the stuff around this trial is just so stupid. 208 pieces of evidence thrown out. 208 pieces of evidence. And I haven't even looked into why the lead prosecutor weren't there. Is she in prison or something? Because there was a reason she couldn't testify. What? He wanted to talk about her and was shut down.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Because it's a hung jury, you don't pool a hung jury because if you know that it was James Phobis, I'm Jess, and Bleblazy who said no, and someone find out. Apparently, there's a lot of death threats in this case. They could go after them. There was absolutely no evidence. Yeah, pro se client, this is a win with a mistrial. Yeah. He's got a wealthy wife. She needs to pony up. He had lawyers, but the lawyers went away when he didn't accept the plea deal. And right now, that was a good deal. He didn't take that. It was a good idea. He didn't take it because the state have shown their evidence now. They have shown their cards. Now he can work with a lawyer. Oh, Connie Munster. How nice. And marrying one of the best people on the world. I'm not saying we are the best. Just maybe top 2, 3, maybe. It was a win. The state had absolutely no case. Exactly. It was really a weak case. CC, thank you for liking it. BG. Addict here. There's a lot of addicts in here. But I understand why you love the addict. She lost her license. She sued him. She's a prosecutor no more. If most jurors were not guilty, then maybe the state would drop the case if not guilty. Yeah, but again, that would prejudice. So, yeah. Yeah, I know
Well,
she called in.
they should be able to find out how many. They wouldn't know who it was though, because I remember on the one case we watched, it was like 2 and 10 or something like that, and they
Yeah.
knew that. So then they decided to try it again because, oh, it was only 2 not guilty. You know,
Yeah, and that's why I think you should never do it.
and I know
Because
it's
then they
kind of
can
like,
sit there and say, well, we just need to find 2 people who like what we do.
yeah,
And I think, because again, we watched the, I don't know if Recovery Addict covered the Karen Thaler case, but a lady who'd been tried 4 times for the murder of her wife. And 2 hung juries. And then they put on the lesser included. And she ended up getting the lowest of the lesser included. Because, again, if you have a hung jury and they say, well, we have this and this, they're probably going to give her time served, maybe a year or 2 extra. Okay, we can agree on that one. We just won't give her murder 2 or whatever it was.
yeah,
And then she ended up with 14 to 17 years in prison because they didn't want to have a hung jury again. That's so stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, we will probably hear it. There will be a round 2 in March 7 if the state doesn't drop it. I don't think he was arrogant. I think he was just been in this for so long. He wanted to get so much out. He still has the lawyers to talk to that. Yeah, I know that. But he has a very, very bad tendency to just talk whenever he feels like it's my time to talk. His courtroom etiquette isn't good. That's why I think he could land himself in problems. Because he just kept talking over the judge. He could pee off the judge. So with a real lawyer, he had gone home today.
I think so.
It's a very interesting case, actually. It's the first wife killed by a wife in Massachusetts. And it took them, Brandy
Like
covered
16
it all.
years. Yeah.
It took them 16 years, I believe, to cover her. Very, very interesting case. Very interesting case. If you haven't watched it and no other cases catch your fancy, go find. It's a very interesting case to follow. And it took them 35 hours to find her guilty in a lesser included, which to me says if they only had murder 2, she wouldn't have been found guilty.
Yeah.
You can't convict on one man's word. Weak case. Pinky and Perky was so unprofessional. Yeah, now they're crying and said, oh, he talked bad about us. Someone gave someone our phone number. Yeah, right, buddy.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I only live to make you angry. Karen Thaler, yeah. I think Carla, isn't that the singer from no, what's her name? Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
What did the other guy, Detroit, I think, say who did it with him? Isn't he serving time for it? He's actually, he is in appeals. That's why he couldn't be brought in as a witness, because he has appealed his case. I read an article earlier today where allegedly he was coerced by the lead investigator to point the finger at Ty by her claiming, we know you didn't kill him. It was Ty, wasn't it? So that's going to be interesting as well. The Treehouse is now rocking. Well, he shouldn't be doing rocks because he has to pee in a cup soon. Yeah, it's the pretrial motions. Yeah, I know it's the pretrial motion, but let's see if they start it up again.
Hopefully not.
AJ Armstrong in Houston had, I think, 3 mistrials and got convicted. Yeah, and I actually wanted to talk with Steve Gosney about this. If you don't know Steve Gosney, he is an appellate defense lawyer in Florida. Because I find it so unreasonable that the state can just try you and try you and try you. Because at some point you run out of money. They never run out of money because they have all of you to pay for their cases. So they can just do it and do it and do it again.
And it's really sad, actually.
Thank you so much, Wolfram. I think the lawyers left because their strategy would have been to prove he wasn't there, but he wanted to go after the PD and DA corruption like he did. Yes, his wife called in to Recovery Addict and actually said that was his plan with it, and I was just afraid that it was going to land him in hot water because I felt he went far too wide in it. I would have focused on winning the case, and then I would have talked about all the shenanigans going around the case, because using your time in court, trying to bring in stuff you can't bring in because of the pretrial motions, it's a gamble. Again, you're rolling the dice on freedom or life in prison. And right now, he's in limbo. He's not free. He's not in prison, but he's a little bit pregnant because he's both free and not free right now.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you so much, Wolfram, for the $10. You'll go on the wall. Yeah, Detroit is fighting right now. I think that's true. Some don't appreciate that. Some don't care. Cara Rentala, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the whole thing. That's why I brought up a hung jury doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, because there's lots of people we've watched that were like, how did they retry this? There's no evidence. It's crazy. And then they finally get the result that they want.
Yeah.
And I hope that doesn't happen.
No, and that's for all of you who are new here, we have that golden rule. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, even the biggest dillweeds. We covered the Bradley Yawn case. That guy made me want to do unspeakable things to myself. I couldn't say it because then my YouTube channel would get deleted. But still, he has the presumption of innocence. And I think the big problem is in when we watch cases, it seems like a lot of jurors have the opposite way, thinking, well, the state wouldn't charge him if he wasn't guilty. And then it's the other way around. You have to prove your innocence instead of proving the state proving you're guilty. And that's the wrong way. Even the biggest a-holes, we have to say guilty, innocent until proven guilty. Why am I broken? Well, I have had 2 herniated discs and a botched operation. So I have I'm broken in my back. Before that, I was just a baker. Now I'm a broken baker. Yeah, I have to upgrade my thumbnails after seeing that. Groovy Cheryl, we're just glad you're coming by. Go have fun with the dogs. I'm going to end soon because in Denmark land, it's almost midnight. Rory is changing his story to try to get a deal to turn on Tucker. Well, he did point his finger at Tucker before. So, because I read the article earlier, supposedly the lead investigator did a lot of shady stuff. Yeah. So, oh, you're cute. Oh, thank you. We try. So there's some possibility we'll see more Swasia. Of course we'll see more Swasia.
Do you remember any description as far as the size of these men?
Yeah, I remember the size of them. I know, I could tell by the Swasia who that one was, by meeting him different times up there at Paula's. I knew Swasia is, get that word right, Swasia?
Okay. I don't know what that word means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, his style, his walk, his talk.
Okay.
Good old Roger.
Yeah, and that's just wrong. 5 times. No one has the money to go to trial 5 times. Steve is a good guy here in Daytona Bates. He's a good guy everywhere. He's one of those guys, whenever he talks, you get smarter. I love him. It's and I actually got his one of his books in as a Christmas present. U.S. convicts that have been to prison and went to trial, we always say, us convicts that have been to prison and went to trial always say 13 and a half, 12 euros, one judge, and half a chance. Yeah. And again, you are up against the wall because the state have all the money and they can just keep going. Yes, the judge didn't rule on the gag order. He's free to speak now. Yeah, I would say that would be fair. One hung jury or mistrial. Okay, you can try it again. If you still can't get it, adios.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's because in Denmark we have a saying that you can't be a little bit pregnant because either you are or you aren't. So right now he's actually a little bit of both. He's free and he's still not free. So he's a little bit pregnant right now. I'm Brokeback Baker. No, that's another one. Batman is not a baker, though. No, but he has bad back just like me. I need to see the mother-in-law things again. Oh, yeah. For those of you who are new here, I don't know if you ever saw the Black Widower case. We had a pre-trial hearing with a guy called Glenn. He's my spirit animal.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
So there.
Everybody has.
The judge is like, the hell did you just?
Okay. I want you to play it again, but I want everyone to watch when he walks back to the table and the lawyer's sitting there, watch his face. Everybody misses that, but it makes me laugh now so hard. I swear to God.
Janice, I
great.
think it's in your Miranda. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Yeah. Have fun, Im Young. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, have a good night.
I watched that trial with you. I watched people, but I just don't chat. Well, I love that you're in chat right now. The Black Widow case and Glenn, I love him. But yeah, when he turns back, look at the lawyer who's sitting down.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
So there.
Everybody has.
The judge is like, the hell did you just?
You can just see him.
He just went, but he's like, he looks like he doesn't know what to think.
Oh,
I just love it.
yeah, Jamie's laugh is the best. Tuck is full page. I don't know. Yeah, his name. Yeah, we found it one of the days. FD, you're always at the store. Have a great evening.
You are always at the store. It is always funny.
Yeah, but it's probably on their website, and they can strike me if I take stuff off their website. So I won't do that. Go over and watch it. Give them the eyes. Jamie has the best laugh on the internet.
I'm glad people enjoy it because I love to laugh and I'm ridiculous in my real life. So
Good evening, genitals. I suspect that's not even Milshade. M-I-L? Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah. No, she seemed like a party lady. I love Glenn. I wanted to dress up for him like him at Halloween. So,
but you know what
What's
he dressed up
Randall's
as?
last
He
trial?
dressed up as me. So instead.
yeah, pictures out there. I just love that that Black Widow guy. There was so much gossip in that trial.
Oh my God. All the little gossipy, like, hair salon ladies. Whew, was my favorite. Jeez. Jeez, oh, Pete's. I say that all the time. Val's the one that keeps bringing it up like it's something weird. Like, jeez, oh, Pete's.
Well, congratulations. FD Food Fairy is pregnant too.
What'd she say?
Well, genitals, have some for me because I get pregnant when I get that chiquina. I don't think I have any pictures of me dressed as Jamie. Nope. I don't have
my
any.
God. You have so many.
No, I don't have it. It was a 5-minute chat with the guy that was covering the trial outside the court. I'm sure will be clip on Court TV's YouTube tonight. Yeah, but it's probably on their website, and so everyone should go over there and watch it because that'll be interesting. Do not ask a question you don't know the answer to. That's
Exactly.
rule 101.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can't show a picture. I don't know where it is. The book club in Jensen trial. Oh, those old biddies.
No, they're just as bad as the ladies in the Black Widower trial.
Yeah.
That whole office. It reminded me of being in the office again. I don't work in the office anymore, but oh my God, there's always somebody like, did you hear? And you're like, seriously?
Misty Harris Q above once. Misty Harris. Just subscribe. Are you in Germany? Nope. No. I'm in Denmark. I'm the hat of Germany, just like Canada is the hat of America. So, well, me and Dave did dress up as our favorite YouTubers.
You did.
So, no, but Jamie, interesting case. We went into it, thought that it would be like a Daryl Brooks on a Bradley Young, and he actually had a few quirks about him, but he actually did very well. We have to give him credit for a pro se litigant. It's the best pro se litigant we have seen.
Oh, I would say out of all the ones we've seen, yes, for sure. And we thought Treehouse. I mean, this has got to be something. It'll be a good
Florida,
palate cleanser.
Treehouse, drugs. Yeah, it's got to be amazing.
Palate cleanser before the Adam Montgomery trial, and yeah, it became something for sure.
Yeah, it was actually a great case to follow, and again because it was way better than I feared. It wasn't. Yeah, what should I say?
There was days.
It wasn't a cluster, but I hated that he wasn't prepared. I have to be honest. He was late 4 days in a row. Putting Paula in her deathbed, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that. I have to say that. I felt that was.
Yeah, I didn't like the being late and then not being prepared. You know, because get there early, make sure your tech's working and things are going, and so you can get going, and then having to like stop every day. That was what was annoying me. It really wasn't him; it was what he was doing.
Yeah.
But I still believe the whole time that they had no evidence on him. So,
Sandra, thank you so much. A treehouse without everyone is hung up on the missing tree. We had a guy, Mass, another Dane, who has been yelling for the entire trial. There's no tree there. It was a house made of wood, not a tree house.
Yes, Mass.
Thank you so much, Miss Violet. And yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, we know she was actually dying. Well, apparently the doctor said she was, and she passed out during this the testimony. That wasn't a good look. Chrissy Bacon, That's a little cheat code for us YouTubers. That's how we grab you, and hopefully you'll come back.
Yeah.
But it was fine. No, I actually think it was so stupid that yesterday they were ordered to do the jury instructions, and they ended up spending the rest of the afternoon. They couldn't even take out the brackets and the she in a standard document. One
I
thing
agree.
is, he's allowed to be a bit all over the place because he's a pro se litigant. He doesn't know. They have done jury instructions since they were in law school, and they had spelling mistakes. They didn't take out brackets. They didn't remove female pronouns. Oh my God, how can you run a case this badly? Again, oh yeah. Well, the judge got a bit testy with them yesterday when they couldn't. I liked it when they went through the jury instruction. He showed, and that's why I say with a competent lawyer, he had gotten direct verdictment. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad I didn't sit here for the afternoon yesterday. That's why it's good when a recovery addict covers the case, so I can just go have the evening off, and he covers it. That's nice. That's why it's good we have a lot of people. Well, he used to be a crackhead, but he got new teeth, and it looks like he's clean now. It was very wild. I liked it. Well, of course he can have a lawyer. He's always allowed to have a lawyer, and you start over. It's not a continuum. The trial starts from day one again. They have to go the entire way through it again. And now, when your lawyer have seen how bad the state's case is, I would say they don't run away. Oh, well, that explains things.
Oh, geez.
Hey, Texas Nana, thank you for stopping by. Well, the treehouse is torn down already. Too sad to say. I bet he will get it because now he had the media attention. He's been on court TV. His wife been on Recovery Addict. Say what you want, but there's a lot of people watching Recovery Addict, and he get a lot of attention. So her coming on there gets a lot of attention to the case. There's a lot more people. I would bet you it's actually better for a defendant to go on one of the bigger YouTube channels than go on local TV. You get more traction because you can have more time to speak. We don't have to break all the time for commercials. So now he got the attention he wanted. Yeah, the judge was very kind to him. Tiki drinks and a boat drink. Maybe Becca Lynn. Hope to have two of the case. Well, we all going to the party bench. That's what we're doing. We're going to the party bench. It wasn't the lead detective. It was she was the second because the lead detective was fired because of racism. Yeah, I know she wanted to say her words, but again, the optics of it, a lady so strung out on drugs and pain who passed out, it's one of those, it can help you with sympathy, but it could also garner you why the F are you bringing this poor lady to testify? It's a roll of the dice. He rolled a lot of dices, and they came up sixes a lot of the time. Social media is the new TV. If you want long-form content, you have to go to social media. You don't go to... You can't see this on CNN. They don't have time for it. They need the commercial breaks. The Treehouse bar with a boat and fireballs, and Mr. Mansky could be the brutish bouncer. What was the other thing he said with the fire red balls or whatever? Yeah. Didn't he call it red balls? He didn't know what fireball whiskey was, so red balls or whatever. Oh, Elizabeth Marie, we are happy you're coming back. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Nowadays, well, she was taped saying a few of the colorful words. Yeah, but she wasn't now. She looked really. I lost my mom to the big C, and she looked kind of like her in the end. Yeah, I read an article today about a former police officer who talked about how they set him up as well. It was a interesting read.
Yeah.
I just found out what boss balls are. We can buy them locally. That's the small little things that taste like some kind of drink with 4% alcohol or something like that.
But here's the thing for like all the stuff you've learned from Lauren in the background is when they go to trial, nobody gets to know any of those things. So that's why he has to be on top of his game. He has to have that evidence. He has to have everything in order because they're not going to be able to hear, oh, let's hear about the background and the government bullying him. Like we all know that, but the jury doesn't get to know that. And that's why it's so important for him to be on the ball.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Donity, for reminding me. But it's past midnight, so the devil sneaks in. The devil is in the detail.
I hate that saying so much.
Yeah, that was weird. And again, that's another thing. The argument that you wouldn't logically infer that the blood on the knife would be from the murder victim. That's such a stupid argument. It's stupid. Buzzball is like this little plastic cup. I don't know how big, maybe like the size of an espresso cup. And it tastes like, it can taste of any kind of.
Yeah, it's liquor.
Yeah,
usually mix it with something.
No, it's a mixed drink. You just take the top off and drink it.
Oh, but they have these things at the liquor store that has a buzzball in it, and they have different flavored things, so you can make like a cool little flavored drink.
Okay, but the ones we can buy are.
Yeah, they're just like the little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a finished. It's just one drink, and they're hella expensive.
They're pretty strong too.
No, like 4% or something.
I'm like David level white girl wasted. So.
There's more alcohol in a White Claw. Yeah, this is a presumption of guilt. Yeah, you have to change your mindset. Even though people seem like the worst person on earth, you have to give them the chance to go in there and be proven guilty, not proven innocent, because that's the way of the law. And always remember, if it was you and you didn't do it, would you also want a jury who believed everyone was guilty? That's the one.
No.
The Fireball one is way too cloyingly sweet. I never tried Fireball. I'm going to try it when I go to the US.
That's some fancy stuff.
Iris. Don't, yeah. Canned. Yeah, it's a little canned. Oh, maybe it's the Boss Bombs I'm thinking of. Yeah, it could be Boss Bombs. So, yeah. But he drinks Carlsberg. No, his wife drinks Carlsberg, and he tries it.
He drinks like, what is it? Michelob Ultra?
Yeah, Michelob Ultra, yeah. I did laugh at the prosecution's losing, even though it was because of a hung jury. He needs to see that if he loses when Tucker was pro se, his case isn't strong. If there's anyone reasonable at the office, did I just lose my mic again?
I think so. I thought it was me.
It's annoying when it does that. I have to switch over. Now I'm on my camera mic, probably.
I can still hear you, though, at least.
Yeah, but it's my camera mic, so it sounds weird.
It sounds like you're echoing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put. Then I'm back. I have such a weak. The cable doesn't stick the proper way. I have to buy a new one. What was I talking about? Yeah, it was a very weak case, and especially because they were so whiny. Oh, he looks at us in a bad way. So fancy you can
Yeah.
buy it at any gas station. Yeah.
Me. Yeah, that's. I mean, it depends on what shelf it's on. Because if it's top shelf at the gas station, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, the sugar will kill you. Made icing for some of my gingerbread men last year with Fireball. I've never tried it. I know Americans are very fond of cinnamon flavored stuff. It's not in Denmark. It's more like licorice. Yeah, it's because when my mic drops out, I go up to my camera mic, and it sounds like I'm in another room. Have fun, Donati. See you in the. Well, I'm not sure I'm streaming tomorrow. I might be doing a baking stream on Sunday. Wells lady, I'm sorry. That's kind of my my MO. I might say something that I don't know. Yeah. Especially with gas station top shelf. Yes.
You know it.
You knew it would be a hung jury. They knew that the state didn't have a case, but they also didn't trust Tucker's word. Well, I have to say I was kind of thinking he would be found guilty, even though I didn't think it was proven guilty. Cinnamon snaps. Ugh. I like snaps, but not cinnamon snaps.
Well,
Will's lady was great on the phone today.
Cinnamon,
Love the
you're
accent.
not gonna like Fireball. Just saying.
Maybe it's good in something. So, but KLI, yeah, hung jury. So we start over on March 7th if the state doesn't drop it. But they said before the start of the trial, if they didn't get a win, they wouldn't try it again. So let's see.
Mhm.
Money G, if I could do anything about it, I would. But it's the YouTube gods, and some days they are with you, some days they are against you. I don't know. That's why I always go into my live feed to see who's live, because you can see the little red dot. That's the way I have it with gin. I haven't drunk any gin. Well, I had one shot of gin since my, I think, 19th birthday. I got so drunk in gin, I haven't had it like that.
Oof, gin, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like fir trees.
It's like a pine tree.
Yeah, let's hope some juries talks. Someone on another side today stole your chocolate starfish line. That's mine. Well, someone stole
them out.
someone stole my picture for 2 different YouTube channels as well.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get more subscribers. Well, we all need to grow.
Mhm.
Well, Wells lady, I like innuendos. That's an innuendo too, Jamie. Innuendo.
In what am I gonna do with you?
Yeah, and the way they presented it, that inconclusive means he clearly had his blood on the knife. Nope, shut up. That's the wrong way to present DNA evidence. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I'll take it as a win. My feet have a YouTube channel. Yeah, that's to me that was because the way the state presented the DNA evidence was totally against how you normally present DNA evidence. DNA evidence is 1 in 7 quadrillion times more likely that it's him than anyone else. It's not, we couldn't exclude him because I couldn't be excluded either if they had my sample or Jamie. Well, Jamie could because it will have male, I can't
Where are
remember
you
what
going
it's
with
called.
this?
No, but you can, DNA, you can tell if it's male or female DNA. There's kind of indications that says this is male, this is female. That's why they say it was a sample consistent of 2 male and 1 female, because you can see that in the DNA. So they couldn't, you couldn't say he was or he wasn't. Then that's the same as saying he wasn't. It's so stupid. No, it's what? Sorry, did I what? Misty Harris, we try to make it a little fun. And I know over at Recovery Addict, he's a fun guy too. And we like to keep trials because trials are long, trials are sometimes kind of boring, and sometimes we have to sit through some very horrible descriptions. Brad the Young case all over again. So we like to keep it fun. But talk about keeping it fun. It's been fun having all of you over here. It's almost 12:30 my time. So you kept getting Apple Watch notification for heart rate today. I have some trials where I do that as well. You like male DNA? Yeah, I bet you do.
I mean,
Proteins is
most
good for you
ladies do.
if you're smoking. Exactly, Debbie Joe. It meant that every male on the planet could have done it, unless you have some very clear DNA that would stand out. Yeah, and that's why I say a professional lawyer would have gotten him a direct verdict because of the DNA evidence. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's always nice to talk us down, and we've been going for now 1.5 hours. So promptly tomorrow we'll be over on MLS Law Show. Jamie will most likely be there, and I'll probably jump in sometimes during the day. I'll have to clean my house, and then Saturday I'll have my Stab Your Day show at 9 a.m. where we just have fun for a couple of hours. And Sunday, I'll probably bake something, cookies, chocolate cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Crime Spice, have a nice day to you too.
Where have you been? She's been lurking the whole day. I haven't seen her at all.
No, she's been in here this morning.
No. Yeah. Yep. Since we're done with
I'll
trial
mispronounce
now,
everyone.
Crumbly, it will be it.
Yeah.
For now.
Thank you so much, Wells Lady. I'll bring all of them. No cleaning allowed, but I will have a cookie. I need to clean my house. That's because I sit here for way too many hours. No, I have to go meet my brother tomorrow.
You're fighting.
Always.
They're always having a puppy death match in the background.
On that note, thank you all so very much for coming. Please, just to grow my ego, I'm at 150 likes. Hit the like on the way out so I can get... I never think I had 200 likes. If you could do that, I'm eternally grateful. And Jamie will not yell at me when we're in the green room. See you later. And I have to find something to play. We'll do this one.
I apologize. What exhibit are you referring to? I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor. 100. Because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
See the lawyer's face? Okay, we have to go back and they.
Widower case.
Did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
Wait a minute, I need this story time.
Everybody has.
Everybody has.
Everyone has slept with his mother.
Oh my God.
I'm having a Jamie moment. And the way he just said it, he was just like, everyone did. Things on YouTube.
Mr. Randolph, do you?
I got that against the man. He doesn't.
Called him chicken shit.
That's right, he was chicken shit.